really does confirm that we have a copper moly porphyry discovery at Rio Bravo. And on the back of that press release on February 4th, we had a lot of inbound interest from other companies on potentially partnering with us there.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Condor Resources CEO, Chris Bancic. Chris, very good to speak with you. You're up with an update on your exploration program in Peru and really shifting the focus to drill programs at Huehuellac Punta and Putumayo East. Take us through the thinking around this.
Great, thanks. Great to be here, Stephen. So really, we've got fully permitted projects at Putumayo East and at Huehuellac Punta, and it's going to be an exciting year. We're just getting started with programs there once the weather improves. Certainly at Huehuellac Punta, it's up at elevation, and so we've got to wait for landslide season to come to an end. But following that, we're going to get active with the drill program at each. We've got a 1,500-meter program planned at Huehuellac Punta, and we've got a 2,000-meter program planned at Putumayo East. And so we're looking forward to getting started.
Of course, you're shifting your focus away for the moment from Putumayo Southeast as you're still waiting for a DIA permit there.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating wait, I think, working through the process at Putumayo Southeast on the DIA. And I think just given the recent additional hurdles, we'll refocus our efforts at the other two projects, which again are fully permitted. So we're still working away on that DIA application, and we'll expect to have success there. But in the meantime, again, there's a lot to work on, and we've got a lot going on with the company over the course of this year.
Yeah, a lot to work on, Chris. And in the news release, you also talk about some of the discussions you had at PDAC at the beginning of this month. Take us through the interest that you're seeing in the company.
Great. Well, yes, certainly there's a lot of layers to the Condor story, and I think a lot of ways that we can daylight value for shareholders. And I think one of these is certainly the Rio Bravo project. And we had a February 4th press release out where we were talking about the data that we had acquired on Rio Bravo, which was provided by the major who at one point had the project and had done a drill program. So we have that data, and it really does confirm that we have a copper moly porphyry discovery at Rio Bravo. And on the back of that press release on February 4th, we had a lot of inbound interest from other companies on potentially partnering with us there, such as we had done at Corberarco. And so, I think we're advancing those discussions and look forward to, advancing a deal, hopefully for later this year.
I mean, what's the latest at Corberarco, Chris?
Teck Resources, we have a joint venture with Teck on Corberarco, where they are going to be spending $10 million over the course of up to 6 years in 2 phases to earn into 75% interest in that project. It's a large copper gold skarn porphyry target, a very large 2.5-kilometer wide anomaly that they're going to be drilling off in time. They are going through the application process for their DIA currently, so that we'd expect, in the back half of this year, they'll be also actively drilling. Timeline depends, of course, on getting those permits and then getting busy there. But I think they are just as excited to be drilling that off as we will be to have them busy.
So looking at the next couple of months, Chris, what sort of news flow should your investors be looking out for?
So again, lots of catalysts coming over the course of this year. We're going to be kicking off drill programs at those 2 projects that we've talked about. We're hopeful that by the second half of the year, we're going to have news flow coming from Corberarco. And again, those are that joint venture with Teck there's no co-spend on our part. So it's really going to be Teck putting money into the ground and results coming from that project as well. And then I think we're working on a number of other issues that or opportunities that we'll announce in time.
Well, Chris, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress. Thank you very much for the update today.
Thanks, Stephen.
That's Condor Resources CEO, Chris Bancic.